Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Trends K. It's yet another Thursday already, and I'm here for you to give you trending topics and that discussion that we shall be having later on. We have a discussion tonight, and what are we talking about? We shall be talking about restoring a girl's confidence and the whole issue of menstrual hygiene. So, this is a conversation for each and every one of us. I hope that you shall join in, give us your sentiments, and thank you. Continue sending your comments about that topic, and we shall be reading it as you send them. Thanks very much for those who are already tuned in. So much has been happening this week, and I don't know, I can see you are tuned in. So sijui wale mlienda Naivasha, nadhani network huko inashika vizuri sana. Asanteni sana kwa kujiunga nasi. Speaking of Naivasha, the president, I'm talking about our president Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, flagged the rally WRC Rally Championships today at in Nairobi, and let's just have a look at what was happening. If my producer can play us a clip of that, about that Safari Rally kickoff. Yeah, there it is, Safari Rally kickoff playing.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and they're off! Colton Go and Tim Jessen.
Yeah, that is it. It kicked off today. I shall be giving you a few details about that Safari Rally and all the hullabaloo that has been happening on the internet this week. But first off, there has been an accident. KDF soldiers' plane crashed today, and it has killed, at least from the report we've received, at least 10 people are dead and 13 others injured. So that's very bad for today. It happened today in the morning. Yeah, and we just pray that the souls of those who died may rest in peace. And do you remember that story that was trending sometime last week about the 10 babies? Well, I shall be running you some pictures to show you that that story was actually fake. So apparently, that woman was not even pregnant, and there was no 10 babies anywhere. So we have just been sharing rumors all over, and it was shared by even major international news entities that this woman had given birth to 10 children at once. But then, unfortunately, it turns out that that was all fake news. It was all made up. And I shall be running you those pics in a while. But bottom line, it was a fake story. There was no 10 kids. There was no nothing of that kind. We don't know. I don't know. But sijui mbona, how can you just go and create a whole story of that kind about someone? What would you even be thinking about before you come out with a story ati madhe amejifungua watoto 10 wote? That's so hard. I can see most of you have already tuned in as usual. Oriwo Sam, asante sana. Who else? Joshua Boit is tuned in kutoka India to Kondani. Keep locked. Long live girl child. We will defend you all the time. Thank you very much, Joshua Boit, for tuning into the show. Agustin Bisinde Kuzo, thank you very much for tuning into the show. We're having Don Applejacka is tuned in from India. Another safari day to enjoy the show. He's tuned in from India, talking about another safari day. We are talking about Safari Rally and Naivasha, Horiwo. So sad. May their souls rest in peace. Yeah, may the souls of those soldiers rest in peace. Brian Akeno is saying, hi Cedric from Kisumu, niko ndani. Kisumu dal. Asante sana kwa kutune into the show. That's Atlai Mohonja is tuned in. Thank you very much, Mohonja. Thank you for tuning in. Keep sending your comments about that discussion that we shall be having in a short while with our guest. We shall be requiring your sentiments about that topic. How often do you talk about that? And speaking of which, let me take you back to another story. Bahati released his album recently, and in this pic that I'm going to show you, if it will turn up, my producer can look for it. So Bahati tried to imitate Diamond in his dressing code, and it did not turn out well. Unfortunately, our machines are having some trouble, but we shall be bringing it up to you. So it didn't turn up well, na kuna mtu alisema Bahati seems just to be another low budget Diamond. It did not turn up as it was expected. Let me keep you to that story of Diamond. So Diamond, uh, Diamond got another new girlfriend, and in that he's saying that this time round he is going to be loyal. Watu hawakubaliani na Diamond that for once he's saying he will be loyal to that girlfriend. And you know what else he said? Diamond said that he met that girlfriend some time back. How long? 9 years ago. So he has been eyeing the lady 9 years. That means hiyo story ya kina Zari na Tanasha wote wakiwa ndani, Diamond was in. So let us listen to this clip from Diamond. If my producer can play that clip by Diamond. Yeah, it's coming up in a short while. So there it is. That clip from Diamond Platinums will be up soon. Something else that we are bringing you up to speed.
It's the kids, baby.
I promise to be loyal. I'll be loyal. I promise. I promise to be loyal. I'll be loyal. I promise. I promise. Was shopping Dubai, vacation to Vancouver. Any happy.
Yeah, he's promising the girlfriend that this time around he's going to be loyal. I don't know what you think about that. So much has been happening, and I shall be running you those pics that I have told you. For instance, let's see, this is that bit of that mom South African 10 baby story was not true. The inquiry finds. So after an inquiry, we find out that that was all fake. Why would you do such? And they are saying that no hospitals in Gauteng province have a record of the cuplets being born. The provincial government says medical tests show that Miss Sitole had not even been pregnant recently. It was all a fabrication, all made up. And yeah, that's too bad. Getting someone to be pregnant and giving birth to 10 babies. Hiyo ni mbaya sana by the way. And I'm seeing your comments there. Oriwo Sam, what are you saying? Noella Lazarus is following from Rachel Mondi Stundin, following from Hyderabad. Thank you very much for following. Alex Onsase, as always, from Nairobi. Yeah, sema kuenda Naivasha. Oriwo, he could have said so while kneeling down. Otherwise, that promise is being it's just a song. You don't trust Diamond bwana. Labda ameamua for once, ameamua anaenda nayo. So our guest is waiting. We shall be joining her into the discussion later on. And remember to send your comments about that topic that we are discussing today. We are discussing about restoring girls' confidence and the whole topic of menstrual hygiene. So keep your comments and sentiments coming through. Thank you. Speaking of Naivasha, hii story ya Naivasha imekuwa too much sana. So people, apparently it's like everyone has gone to Naivasha. We're wondering how many. Ndio maana nimekuwa nikitembea huku nje sioni watu. Where are you people and what are you doing in Naivasha? So you've made it look like hata wale tulikuwa tuende Naivasha just for the safari. Now you can't go because apparently everyone who is in Naivasha, unless wewe you are going to race, hatutakuamini. So Naivasha has been trending for the longest time since yesterday. Na wanasema watu wa Subaru boys, they have gone there. Kwanza I want you to see this Subaru guy doing a test in Nairobi yesterday before leaving for Nakuru. Have a look. Yeah, that is he was doing a test and then yeah, that it's just too much bwana. Alafu on the road ndio Subaru guys wako kwa njia. That is what was going down. They are on the way to Naivasha, wanaenda kupiga show, but being the devil's advocate, we are saying that these people are just headed to Naivasha to have a nice time and watch the safari rally. As you saw, the safari rally was launched officially today. Watu wanaenda kuona safari rally. Kwa hivyo muache kusema ati venye ilikuwa. People are jumping into conclusion, especially what I've seen online in the other gender. They are saying you are jumping so much into conclusion, and I shall be showing you another clip just in a while of how people are jumping into conclusion, and my producer will be playing you that clip. So tell us if you, wale mko Naivasha pia mtuambie kama mmeenda ama mmepelekwa. There is a clip that my producer is going to play just a while to show you this how people are jumping into conclusion. Watu wameenda kutazama rally And it will be a nice race, by the way, if you are a fan of Safari Rally. If you are not a fan of Safari Rally, keep off the TV, because the TV will not be showing you the tents. You will only be seeing cars racing. So if you are focused there to look at the tents, you won't be shown. Kama wewe si fan wa Safari Rally, keep off. And we ran you a story before we continue na hii story ya Safari Rally na Naivasha. We ran you a story last week of that guy, lady who drank herself down, and it turns out that people have changed tactic. Watu wameamua round hii, they are going to be praying before they take this.
Washeni tuombe. Baba, tunakuja mbele yako. Tunashukuru kwa sababu ya konyagi. Tunashukuru kwa sababu ya shanga. Tunashukuru kwa sababu ya Kinuhi. Baba, kubuka Kima ambaye alikunywa shanga juzi akapotea macho. Na pia kubuke Josephat ambaye amekaa hapa kando yangu. Mwenye siku hizi hasimamishi na bibi yake anakula na makaga. Baba, kumbuka hii nugu iko hapa nyuma yangu. Imeshaganya keg na bagi. Aanze kutapika matubo na motura ya dhate baba. Baba, kubuka kiongozi chairman Hendrix Kenothia ambaye atalipa hii pombe. Baba, na nikimalizia, usinisahau, sijawahi wacha kukojolea kitada. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Bilha Joy.
Wow, that's how you people will be praying, Bwana. Just keep off things which you know you cannot handle. And let me give you another warning. If you are not seeing your other person, please keep off the pages of Mike Sonko and probably to some extent Jalango, because they will give you heartache. You'll just have a heartache because Sonko has been running a series of posts that are threatening people's life in regards to those who have headed to Naivasha. And I've told you, hiyo yote ni scam, watu wanaenda kuwatch rally. One of which, I'll show you one that was posted by Jalango, a photo picture here, about those hotels in Naivasha. Apparently there is only one hotel that has not been booked. I think you people have seen this. They're saying Christian lodging rooms and hotel is the only one that is surviving with no guests. Your guess is as good as mine. Why are people not booking that hotel? Seriously. And yeah, I shall be reading your comments as we go on. Caroline Omolo, thank you, Nikki, for tuning in. Mimibri is tuned. Don Apple Chaka is, I feel so too. Okay. Kakigo, ako ndani kabisa kutoka TZ. Thank you very much. Orio Samuel, ati anasema akiimba. Si hivyo ndio yeye anaweza kujiexpress the best way possible as Diamond. So last, was it this week? It was Father's Day. And it happened that there was this guy, a father, who ended up stabbing his own kids. A father stabbed his own kids on Father's Day and then put their house on fire. That was just too bad. Hao ndio walikuwa wanafanya. Sasa tunaanza kuandikiwa sijui who fathers who are responsible to fathers who know how to. It's so bad of a parent who is supposed to be protecting their children to do something of that kind. You are supposed to be the father to protect your children, and as you can see, the father decided to stab the kids and then burn the house. So alikuwa na expect wote watakufia kwa hiyo nyumba, but then they were saved, and he will have to live his whole life regretting whatever that he did. Then there have been very many things trending this week. Let me remind you of Ugali Man. So Ugali Man was trending the other week. But this week, someone decided to do something different. I'm talking about Flaco, the comedian Otis. So alikuwa anajaribu kufanya ile kitu na ugali, lakini sasa ilimletea shida na mama Otis. Let's have a look at this.
Kukula ugali imefanya mtu ameomoka. Mimi nikule ugali kubwa kumshinda. Pus.
Lako Otis alijaribu kuleta shida, akapatikana kwa balaa na mama Otis, akaambiwa bebe viraku zake kama ameenda. That's great comedy there from Flaco. And another redo here of last week and things that were trending. Someone tried to bring that Ugali comic into the other clip that was trending about Ronaldo akireject coke. So huyu jamaa alisongeshewa zile coke, pia akasema z. Have a look. Watu wameamua ni ugali. Well, it's super out here. And keeping on that as well, let's keep it with food. I don't want to judge. So wewe mwenyewe utajiangalia hapa na useme kama if you can spot anyone, even though there is no one in this picture. There is a meal being prepared here, and it is overflowing. Let's play that clip and then unaweza jijazia mwenyewe.
Dagwa, ati wageni ni wagapi sasa? Mamu ni dhate. Ni sawa, kuja na mtungi ya maji ni kuonyeche. Weka. Joke amefika? Weka. Na jogu? Ongeza. Maji meisha. Choteria ingine. No chukue hiyo mwiko hapo ukoroge niende waru nikuje. Mam, ni kama kuna gari kwa gate. Mam, ni nani huyo? Na anapiga honi. Au! Dagwa, ongeza maji kwa Shakura, ni anko yako amekuja na matatu na imejaa.
Every additional guest means ongeza maji. Tunaongeza maji kwa wingi sana. Speaking of that, what kind of things can be plucked out from you, like how you're dressed, especially ladies? So there's this lady, she's claiming that someone was plucking off her eyelashes. Let's have a look at that clip.
Because this time I'd gone to party with my friends. Tulikuwa tumeenda Golden Eyes. Tukaenda tukapiga sherehe vizuri, tukatoka vizuri. And then nika notice of another girl group that was coming towards my girl group. And sikuwa na shida na wao, but then there was this one alikuja akajaribu kupluck eyelash yangu. And you were saying niliflip. How do you touch my eyelashes? This is my signature. This is my brand. You don't try the devil. Don't try me. So nikaenda kuanza kurusha
can be plucked off from you. Tukianza na eyelashes. Yeah, we shall be getting you into that discussion soon. Something else that I had forgotten to remind you, Diamond is getting into a collaboration on a TV series on Netflix that is with Zari. So this series is named Young, Famous and African, and Zari shall be on that show. Diamond shall be on that show, and I don't know how Diamond's new bae shall be receiving that. Diamond getting on a show with Zari. Your comments on that? Then we are getting into that discussion. I can see my guest is very ready. Remember, I told you tonight we are talking about restoring a girl's confidence and the whole issue of menstrual hygiene. And our guest on the show is Bilha Joy. Let us bring her to the show. Hello, Bilha. Good evening to you. We are having a little bit of a delay in that network connection with Bilha, but we shall be bringing her back. If you have your sentiments, you can keep sending them in. Our discussion tonight is about restoring a girl's confidence and the whole issue of menstrual hygiene. This is a topic which many people have shied away from, especially the male gender. They don't like talking about it. I don't know how often do you talk, if you've ever talked about it with either your parent, I'm talking about your dad or your boyfriend, and in what aspect or perspective do they get involved into that discussion? If you're a man, how have you gotten into that discussion? Probably with your little sisters. I want to know what you think about that topic, because there are so many ladies who are having troubles with this. Some are even missing school because of the same. So, Bilha, can you get us now? We are still having trouble with her connection. Uh, we shall still try hard and see if we will be bringing her back.
Yes,
On
Cedric.
there is a lot of delay. So, first of all, before we get into the whole discussion, just kindly tell us about what you do. We are having a delay on our connectivity, and I shall be reading some of your comments as we wait for Bilha to join in. We shall be having we shall be reading some of your comments. Continue sending your comments on that topic, because we are having a problem here with the connectivity from Bilha's side. Those of you who are tuned in, thank you very much. We shall be reading your comments soon, and continue commenting also on this topic. We are talking about menstrual hygiene and how else can you restore a girl's confidence. We are talking about your girlfriends, we are talking about your little sisters, your nieces. Uh, there is just so much that has been happening, and we are having that discussion with Bilha, although our connectivity is low a little bit on her side, but we are joining her in again just in a short while if we can get her right now. Hello, Bilha, can you get us now?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Yeah, thank you very much. We can hear you as well. So, kindly tell us about what you do before we get into this whole topic of restoring a girl's confidence.
Okay, thank you so much, Cedric and the entire team. I'm Bilha. I'm a community development graduate who is currently also starting out on a new venture that is my foundation called Precious Lives Ministries. At Precious Lives Ministries, we try to build a brighter future through empowerment, and we do that through 3 programs. We are currently having 3 programs, and menstrual health and hygiene is one of them. So bringing that topic today is quite a good start. Okay, to talk about menstrual health and hygiene, this one is quite a contemporary issue currently. It's just that it's being ignored since maybe people see other problems like corruptions and other contemporary issues. But this one is also quite a main issue that needs to be tackled, because menstrual health actually affects all aspects of our life.
Yeah. So we're having another delay again. We shall be getting back to her. So kindly give us your sentiments in the comment section, which we shall be putting up. Evelyn Nganga is tuned in. Thank you very much, Evelyn, for tuning in. Kevin Falt, as always, is tuned in. Thank you, Negaga. We are having your comments there. Thank you very much. So we are getting into that discussion and we will need your comments. We have our connection there is fluctuating, and this whole topic of let's actually focus on menstrual hygiene. How often have you gotten into that discussion with anybody else, the ladies as well as the gents? How often do you talk about this? Because this is a discussion that many people have shied away from. They don't talk about it, and it is affecting our ladies mostly. You've heard in the news in the recent past about ladies leaving school, not participating in their studies, and some are going, even being hoodwinked by older guys to get into sexual relationships because of pads, which is not a good thing. That is why it calls upon all of us to take part in this discussion. For instance, there is, if you have my number, you could have seen that post I shared on WhatsApp. There is a discussion we had some time back in Moi University, and I shall be telling you about that as we get more sentiments from our guest who is back. I'm very sorry for that problem on the connectivity, Bilha. Can you get us now?
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, thank you. And let's talk about this whole issue of menstrual hygiene, just as you had begun. There is the problem of the society involvement into that discussion, especially from the gents. And it gets to a point where you get, for instance, it's only the father living with their girl in the house, and there is nobody else unless she has friends whom she can talk to if she gets to that age. So how could such a person approach this topic?
Okay, Cedric, as we all know that the main challenge, or the main challenges that lined with the menstrual health and hygiene currently are all rooted in gender inequality. Gender inequality is the main challenge we are experiencing now in terms of.
Yes.
Find that majority of, due to the gender norms or the taboos or the myths that are circulated around menstrual health, we find that the men have left that role for the mothers only, or the sisters, which should not actually be the case. But currently, I'm quite happy because I'm seeing men and even the boys taking that front line in advocating for menstrual health and hygiene. So at least there is that gradual change, though we are still having quite a big gap. So gender inequality, once to tackle gender inequality in order to at least adhere to this menstrual health and hygiene management. So it starts with us, we need to like not leave it only to the mothers and the sisters. So even the young men and the boys also should come in so that we can tackle this issue.
Yeah, and there is someone who has asked here a question in regards just to the same question that I had asked. Joseph Odior is saying, hello, hello, greet my able community developer, then ask her how the men's hygiene, how the men's hygiene affects boy child, trying to understand the whole thing. I haven't quite clearly gotten his question. If he can rephrase it again, I don't know if you have gotten it, but then in the same respect, I want you just to try and paint to us the picture of the environment in which you work, and how exactly do you see the need of everybody trying to come on board and help address this issue from the environment in which you are working?
Okay, currently I'm working in another diverse environment, Cedric, because you know, when you are in a house and it's raining, you think that maybe it's not raining outside. Maybe you think it's just raining within your place. But there are those communities, there are those unreached women and unreached girls that are still facing the challenge. They don't have the enough education in terms of menstrual health and hygiene. They don't even know the sanitary things like the sanitary products that needs to be used during this menstruation process. So there is still a big gap in the rural communities, and that is where I'm currently based. So in terms of the environment, we find that that affects even the girls' confidence, because you find that majority of the boys, or not all the boys, but most of the time, you find that the boys in the classes tends to tease these girls during that moment. So even getting that confidence to participate in class, getting that confidence to go and ask for permission to maybe go out and change the sanitary towels is quite a challenge. So when we talk with our boys, we need to tell them to refrain from that. They need to know that for girls, that is menstruation is a reality, is a monthly reality to them. So that is the process we are still working on. We are still slowly trying to also advocate or create that awareness even with the boys, to just tell them that it's a normal thing and they need to embrace the girls during this time and give them that a safe environment for them to handle that process.
And how many people through your initiative, your foundation, how many people are you able to reach, and how is the community receiving that?
Okay, I started this year in January, and we started with 40 girls. We actually, the number that we approached, because this project is not just specifically for girls only. We also incorporate boys into our project. So before we start the daily distribution, we have to start with a devotion. We have to start with a general topic that covers both boys and girls. So we always have something for both groups. So after this January, we started with a group of 40 girls, but we reached out to like 100 people, that is both boys and girls. And then from now, I think I've made quite a milestone. There are milestones we've made, and we've reached so far more than 500 girls. We've reached out to 2 orphanages. We've reached out to 2 communities. We've reached out to 3 schools, and we are still planning. There are still meetings in progress to reach out to more and more. So we've really made milestones. We've reached out to more than 500 adolescent girls and 150 teenage moms, because this one is a project that has we have our mothers and the teenage mothers and the adolescent girls as our main audience.
Yeah, and what actually prompted you to get into this? Why didn't you think of anything else? Why did you just decide to get into this job that you're doing?
Okay, besides passion, Cedric, I can also say that it's something I'm trying to put into practice what I learned in the university, because I did community development. And after that, I decided to, when I saw the gap, because I've also lived in Narok for quite some time, and I saw that the main challenge that the girls were having was receiving that having that menstrual health education, and also having continuous supply of those sanitary products. So after seeing how the situation was in some of the communities, I decided to stand in the gap. So besides just passion, I also am trying to venture out and put into practice what I learned in school.
Yeah, and the statistics show that there are actually many girls who are being affected, and some are not able to go to school. Others are being gotten to by some men because they lack those sanitary towels, and men take advantage of them. So how can, say, someone like me take part in this to make sure that at least there are no many girls that are getting affected in that way? Where can I start from? Did you get my question?
You can start by advocating for that. For maybe you can stand in the gap. Yes. Come up again, Cedric.
Yeah, I was asking what can I actually do, because of course all of us cannot start foundations. So a single person, an independent person, someone like in their own perspectives, how can they help to make sure that there are no many girls in the world who are getting taken advantage of, or who are losing their interest even in education because of lack of sanitary towels? What part can they play?
They can volunteer. That is because we have even if it's not starting your own foundation or starting your own program, you can volunteer in those foundations or those programs that already exist. You can volunteer by creating that menstrual health and hygiene awareness in those communities or in those places. You can also volunteer as a mentor, whereby you can talk with those girls and try to find the various challenges that they are going through. Maybe you will find that they have their own reasons why maybe they are doing that, or why they are facing the various challenges that they are facing. So you can also mentor them, and also you can just talk with the parents. You can also reach out to the parents and tell them these are the things that your daughter is going through, because nowadays majority of the teens, there is that parent-teen gap. They find that they coincide more into their peers than in their parents. So you can also stand in the gap as a mentor.
Yeah, and so much of this is happening, and you hadn't actually told the audience clearly where you work from. So let's take, according to the response you've just given, for the case of your foundation, in where are you working from, and how can someone who is either around there or they would want to join you get to do that to help in that region where you're working from?
Okay, I'm currently I'm based in Narok, but I'm always flexible because our outreaches have not only been in Narok. I've also traveled in different towns like Kisumu, Nairobi. So we are very flexible. We can come to any town, any school, as long as we get the invitation. We are always flexible to just come and do the talk and then deliver the sanitary napkins to your girls for free. Okay, in case anyone wants to reach out in terms of volunteering or in terms of mentorship, because at this point I also need, it's not something that I can say it's established, so I still need a mentor too. And in case they can reach me through my social media platforms, and I'll always be there to reply them or reach back to whatever need or whatever issue they'll be
And
asking or inquiring about.
yeah, sure. And how long have you been doing this? And then who how do you get the funding for your foundation?
Okay, I don't want to count last year, Cedric, because I started the reach out this year in January. So I can say it's I've been doing this for 5 months, and the main source of funding currently is in donations. So we are still, I'm still working on donations. We have people who like donate the sanitary napkins, donate their time. You can donate your time. You can donate the sanitary napkins. You can donate even because we also have other programs. We have a craft, the skill building program that we mainly deal with the creativity. We want to upgrade the creativity in our schools, because you find that most of the time it's just about craft work, but we want to like upgrade that. We want to find something more. We want to find more craft ideas for the kids to do, so that at least they can nurture their talents and also impact their lives positively. So you can for now we still deal with donations.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And I can see time is running really fast. We shall be running your social media platforms down there for those who want to follow you and get in touch with you on the same. And just one word for, let's say, there is this girl who is there, probably she has gotten to the level where she has lost her confidence, probably because of menstrual hygiene, because of the funding. And then there are people who can take advantage of her because she doesn't know. So, what would you tell her? Because probably she is far away from your reach.
If Okay, please reframe that question, Cedric, because it's
yeah,
kind of
like,
general.
yeah,
Please reframe it.
Generally give uh, a girl some advice. She has lost her confidence because of menstrual hygiene. How can she go about it? Probably to get where she can get help, because probably she's far away from you, and how can she handle that situation? That's exactly my question.
It's like my bandwidth is currently low. I'm not.
Yeah, we're having a problem with the connection there. Thank you very much, all of you, for tuning in. We have had this conversation, and as you've heard, you can follow the pages and social media platforms of Bilha for you to help. But make sure that you, first of all, help those who are around you before usaidia wale wako mbali. If you have little sisters and they have no elder sisters, who else do you think will take part with them in this conversation if it's not you? If you don't, that means someone else will try to fill your gap. And once someone fills your gap, you don't know what they might get into. So that's it. Bilha, I'm seeing your back. We were having a little bit of a connection. So just your last remarks before, because I can see time is not on our side.
Okay, to any youth outside there, if you have an idea and you want to start, just start. Sometimes it's not always about the resources, but just start and then the world will adjust to help you out with your idea. And then to every girl outside there, remember that this, the confidence is always a self-revolutionary thing. Carry your confidence wherever you go to, and the community. My plea outside to the outside world is also for the community to nurture the confidence for the girls to also take out take up the leadership roles, to be out there to also air out their views. So the community, please, please, please help us to nurture the confidence of these girls.
Yeah, thank you very much, Bilha, for coming on to the show. It has been very engaging in as much as we've had a little bit of network connectivity. And also, thank you very much to our viewers. Very many of you have tuned in. I can see so many comments here. Thank you very much for always tuning into the show. I can see some of your comments. Thank you, Brian Mulinsa Keno. I can see your comment there. Where are the ladies in the house? Thank you, Bilha, for the initiative. You are restoring a girl's confidence. That's Brian. Peter George, PG also did tune in, and so many others of you. Thank you very much. Think we shall be seeing you sometime next week on the show, same time, same place. See you. Bye bye.